guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is another book talk, or you guessed it, Before by Anna Todd. Sorry. Okay, you guys, so I think this is like the fifth book, but not. This is actually a book told in Hardin's point of view, which I adore so much. I don't know why. And it's really tiny, so yeah. So I've read all four of the other ones after we collided, after we fell, after ever happy. Why can I never say that title? Anyways, I've read them all, and I got this from somebody. It was on my list, my Amazon list, and someone sent it to me. And I'm so glad they did, because I adored it. I know you're probably thinking, why? Why would you want to read it? But it's from Hardin's point of view, and I wanted to get into his little mind, and see how little Hardin grew up to be what he was now, and the people that influenced him, and I just adored it. And so this is it's a little different than the actual series, because like I said, it's told through Hardin's point of view, but also the first couple of chapters, there's like different parts. I think there's like 3 parts. I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's 3 parts. Why does it say it before? I'm looking, guys. I'm totally looking. I don't know. I think it's 3 parts. I know at least has 2 parts. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Because you've got, we got part 1, which is before Hardin met Tessa. And so for this one, it's a lot of the point of views are not his. So what it does is like each chapter begins with like a little dialogue from Hardin and how he met these people and what he thought about these people, I guess you could say. And so the first couple are, let me find it. I should have wrote this down. Like you have if you've read the books, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm just whatever, you know. So we got, like, the first one we have is Natalie. It tells how he kind of met Natalie and who Natalie is. And then it goes into Natalie's point of view on how she met Hardin. So Natalie is this girl, if you haven't read the books, I guess, this girl that Hardin used as like a game. Oh, okay. Calm down, phone. As like a game when he was younger in his teens. So we have her point of view on him and what happened between them. Then we have, which is really good because it's nice to see what other people thought of him as well. Then we have, and I think you meet Natalie in like book 2 or book 3. I can't remember. And then we have Melissa. I'm not really sure. I think Melissa was one of his friend's sisters, if I'm not mistaken, who he kind of took advantage of and was getting back at his friend. So he went with her. And then we have, is that the only one we have? Yeah. And then we have Steph, who is, as we know, is Tessa's roommate when the book starts. And so we kind of get an inside her mind and see what's going on with her, because we learn later in the later books, if you have not read them, we learn about her and some of her. Don't get me started on that girl. Anyways, we learn why she is the way she is and why she's the way she is towards Hardin. And what Hardin thought of her as well. Is that it? Can't be, because then we have Molly. I'm tripping because I'm pretty sure we had maybe Molly was. I don't know, guys. I don't freaking know. I could have sworn maybe Molly was. Oh, I totally missed her. Okay. So, and then also in part 1 we have Molly, which we also learn who she is in the second book as well. The first book. She is kind of, she's one of Hardin's friends. Kind of, Molly's kind of the girl that he kind of uses, I guess you could say. And they kind of use each other, like friends with benefits kind of thing. So we learn who she is and why she is the way she is in the book and why she's dresses the way she does. So we learn about her past and what happened to her, and it's really actually kind of sad, some of these things that we learn about these characters that we don't know in the first, second, and third book that makes us probably hate them. I know I pretty much hated some of them, but now I understand why they are kind of the way they are. They've had troubled pasts along, So yeah, and then part 2 is Deering. So part 2, I'm assuming I know is when he meets Tessa. And so instead of seeing their relationship through her eyes like we did in all the books, we kind of see it through his eyes and how he started this little game with Tessa first, and how it became the game, and how he grew, and what he thought of himself while he was with Tessa and while he was treating her the way he was so mean. So that was, I liked being able to see that part of him, because it showed why he was an asshole to her some of the time, but what he went through as a child as well with his mom and his dad, and why he has the nightmares and all these kind of things. I'm trying to find, I don't know, I think it's way back here. I don't even know. Ah, there we go. So, and then we have part 3, which is after everything happens with Tessa, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see where it starts. I forget. So yeah, this is after everything that happens with him and Tessa, and probably after. It's kind of. I've said after a lot. You guys, I've said it plenty of times. So after takes place for this one. After the book, I've said that word so much. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my god. So it is. It's when they're. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give it away, but so that part shows us what Hardin and what Tessa are like, and how their relationship grew or didn't grow. And we learn about them and their stuff. I don't want to say anything if you guys haven't read it, or you haven't read the third book, and not so. Yeah, disclaimer: we're gonna go with a spoiler. So if you haven't read the book and don't want to know, once I put my hand down, then you can turn it back on, and it won't be a spoiler. So it tells. The last part of this book is telling about Hardin and Tessa when they are married and have kids of their own, and how their kids kind of are growing up and how they became a family, I guess you could say, which I absolutely love that part. And I love meeting their kids and seeing their kids and seeing that they got that happily ever after that they really, really deserved. So that is it, guys. Okay. But also, besides those little details that I told you, it's got points of views from some other people, so we'll name those. It's got a point of view from Zed, who, as you know, if you've read the book, is the other person that was in the bet with Hardin. That's all I'm gonna say. He's the other guy. So yes, it tells his backstory and how he became part of it, and what he thinks of Tessa, and how he tried to be with Tessa, and how he liked her, but you know this. Anyways, what happened, and then it kind of tells about his about after everything happens and he doesn't get Tessa. It tells about the girl he kind of meets and stuff like this, which is great. I'm glad he's happy, but I still think he's in jerkwad as well. And then we have Landon, which is, of course, Tessa's best friend and Hardin's stepbrother. And so it tells about Landon. I can't remember exactly what it tells about him. Like I said, it also always starts off with a little paragraph about how Hardin met that person, or what he thinks about that person. But it tells about Landon when he moved to New York with Tessa, and it tells about Landon's girlfriend. It tells about him working, or his ex-girlfriend, I guess you could say. And so yeah, it tells about all of that. It tells that kind of that story when they're in New York. Whew, this is a lot. I didn't realize it was going to be much. And then we have Christian's point of view, which Christian is Christian Vance, which is the publisher that Tessa works for, and also is somebody who is in Hardin's life as, like, he was a boss. But spoiler, guys, he is also Hardin's actual dad, or real dad. So we get his point of view about how he feels about that, I think, and how he feels about Hardin's mom and about Kimberly. And then we learn about his others, about his daughter that he has with Kimberly, which is his secretary, or was his secretary, and about his son as well. So there's that. But yeah, we learn about that stuff about Christian. What else? And we learn, you know, he was friends with Ken, which was Hardin's dad for all intents and purposes, and how he feels about Ken and stuff. And then we have, where should we go next? And I love this chapter. I think this is a cute chapter that I have in here, which we have is Smith, which Smith is Christian's son from another marriage. And so we get to see Smith when he's a little older and has more feelings towards Hardin. So we get to know how he feels about Hardin. And since, spoiler, they are half brothers, we learn about kind of that and how he feels about that. So, but yeah, I mean, I love getting to know little Smith. That was adorable. And then I think that's it. Yeah. And then the last part of the book, you guys, I just went through pretty much every chapter for you besides the middle, because we all know how that happens. The last chapter is Hessa, which is Hardin and Tessa together. So, spoiler, you don't want to know. Spoiler, until my hand goes down. So yeah, the last chapter, like I said, is Hardin and Tessa, their relationship, and how it survived, how they got married, how they have kids, and it tells about their kids, and it gives like a little insight to how they treat them. Like there's like a Easter egg hunt in the house or something, so which was really cute. But we learn how Tessa was pregnant and then wasn't, and then she was able to have 2 other kids, and so that's really sweet. I loved learning all that, you guys. So spoiler gone. But yeah, so I pretty much just told you all about what the book is about. If you're interested and you're still like, I don't know if I want to read that or not, if I've read the other ones, I definitely recommend it if you want to know more about the characters that are in all the books. I didn't really do a whole lot of tabbing, which I should have, but I did one. I don't know why I did it. Let me see. I don't know why I tabbed that, but I guess it's because I just liked the saying, maybe? I guess so in the context of what I highlighted or what I've tabbed is oh Lord, why are you going nuts? I don't know who you are, people. So it's him and Tessa lying together, and he's awake and cradled against her and stuff, and he wants to confess how he, like, his sins and stuff to her and how he feels about her, and he wants to ask for forgiveness from her because I guess of the stuff that he's done. But then it says he was a coward and a liar, and he knew it. And it says he could only hope that she would have mercy on him. Her eyes fluttered and searched for him, and he felt a crushing weight on him. He couldn't ruin who she thought he was. But he was terrified of their future, for he learned as a child that every lie made in the dark becomes an evil truth in the light. So I think that's the little quote that when I tabbed it, that's what I wanted, was the very last part, which says, as a child, every lie made in the dark becomes an evil truth in the light. And I don't know why that resonated with me or why I felt like that was something that I had to tab, but I don't know. It just seems kind of like the truth, I guess, in a way, because everything you lie about, I don't know. There's something about it, and I can't explain exactly what it is. But yeah, so that's that. And I don't know, you guys. I highly recommend this if you've read all the books and you really like the series and you want to know more about the characters. That's pretty much what this is. It's just a catch up on the characters and all that, but I totally recommend. So now that this video has gone on for almost 20 minutes, I think we're good, you guys. Let me know if you read this or the series and what you thought. If you've watched the movie, let me know what you thought about that too, because I'm curious. Like, I should do a review on the movie because, yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.